Hello everyone, today we will discuss regarding the organic cotton, how the organic cotton process works, how to maintain the organic cotton process, and how to get certification, organic cotton certification uh, to the processing unit. So we will discuss it today. So let's start. Let's discuss regarding the organic cotton. What is organic cotton? The cotton which produced under a certain process that have very low impact on environment, that is organic cotton. So organic cotton we will discuss firstly in the next phase regarding what are the standards, how to produce the organic cotton. So there is some limitation during the production of organic cotton, like we cannot use certain chemicals, some certain toxic chemicals, synthetic fertilizer, and there should be some social criteria to implement during the organic cotton production. So this is the organic cotton. There is some rules and regulations under which standard the organic cotton is produced. So let's discuss regarding the organic cotton standards. There is several standards across the world to produce organic cotton. European Union have their own standard, USA have their own standard, even Japan have their own standard, and also there is some standard that is acceptable across the world. So main standard for the organic cotton production is EU regulation is there, USDA National Organic Program, that is NOP, Japanese Agricultural Standard, that is JAS, and Global Organic Standard, that is GOTS, and there is another standard, that is Organic Content Standard. So these are the basic main standard for the organic cotton production. Today we will discuss only regarding the Global Organic Textile Standard, that is GOTS standard. So Global Organic Textile Standard is worldwide acceptable standard that is developed not only the production process, it's also include ecological, environmental and social criteria. You need to maintain some social ecological criteria regarding during the production. So you have to maintain that under GOTS standard. It starts from harvesting of the raw material, and it ensures environmental and social responsible manufacturing process, and it maintains strong and authentic creditable process, that is labeling process, that ensures the consumer that they are using a organic product that is really organically produced. So there is two label grades for the GOTS labeling. One is label grade 1, that is organic, another is label grade 2, that is made with X% organic. Under the label grade 1, so 95% or above GOTS certified organic fiber and less than 5% non-organic fiber, natural fiber, synthetic fiber. There is some limitation also. You cannot mix the conventional and organic fiber, and also you cannot use virgin polyester here. So what will be the balance? 5%. It can be all non-GMO vegetable fibers except conventional cotton, all kind of animal fiber except conventional angora fiber, regenerated fibers like viscose and modal, recycled synthetic fibers, virgin synthetic like only polyamide, polypropylene and polyurethane. Basically polyurethane is elastin fiber, stainless steel fiber, mineral fiber except asbestos, and carbon and silver. So if we discuss regarding the label grade 2, that is made with X% organic, that must be equal or more than 70% certified organic fiber and 30% or less than non-organic fiber, and there also you cannot mix conventional and organic fibers together, and there should not be any virgin polyester. What can be used in the balance? 30%. All non-GMO vegetable fibers except conventional cotton, all kind of animal fiber except conventional angora fiber, regenerated fiber from certified organic raw material which are non-GMO, or the raw material which varies compliances with sustainable forestry management principle, this can be used up to 30%. Regenerated cellulose fiber like viscose and modal, you can use up to 10%, but exceptional is for the sportswear you can use up to 25%. Recycled synthetic fiber, that can be up to 30%, like recycled polyester. Virgin synthetic fiber like polyamide, polypropylene and polyurethane can be used maximum 10%. And also if you can use if you want to use together like polyamide and polypropylene, then the together summation should not be exceed the 10%. And there is some also exception, you can use shocks, leggings and sportswear as the maximum range is 25%. If we see the whole details in a graphical image, then it will be like this. Organic, that is certified fiber, will be 95% or above, and non-organic or synthetic or regenerated fiber can be 5% maximum. And if you tag with the made with the organic, that is level grade 2 non-sportswear, you can use 70% or more certified fiber and 10% non-organic or synthetic and regenerated fiber, and last 20% can be natural fiber except conventional cotton, animal fiber except conventional angora fiber. For sportswear, this 10% can be 25% maximum. So during the GOTS labeling, you need to follow a certain layout for the label. So there is two label grade. For the label grade 1, you can write as a for the label grade 1 labeling, you can write as organic, and the label grade 2 you can write made with X% organic material. You need to mention the certifier reference number and the license number of the producer. There are some approved certifier that is approved by the GOTS. So there, that is Ceres, Control Union, EcoCert. There are so many certifier all over the world. So there is some name. So suppose a factory certified by Ceres and the license number is 1234, then for the label grade 1 it will be like this: organic certified by Ceres 1234, and the label grade 2 it will be made with 90% organic cotton certified by Ceres if the cotton fiber is 90% organic fiber for the label grade 2. So there is another thing, license number is identical. Every factory have one license number that is identical. If we discuss regarding the certification process, there are three types of certification during the certification process. One is farm certificate, another is scope certificate, and last one is transaction certificate. So farm certificate is given to the organic cotton producer, that the farm is producing organic cotton under a certain standard, and scope certificate means that processor is capable of handling the organic product, and transaction certificate is given during the transaction of the goods from one processor to another processor. So suppose 1 ton of cotton is sold to the ginner, and ginner have the scope certificate and farm have the farm certificate. So during the handover, the farm should have given one transaction certificate to the ginner, and ginner during the selling of the cotton lint it is given to the spinner. So that way it is coming to the brand retailer in whole supply chain. Let's discuss about the key criteria for the GOTS certification. So there are three criteria during the GOTS certification process. First one is social, second one is environmental, third one is technical quality and human toxicity. So let's discuss regarding the social criteria. The social criteria developed based on the ILO convention, United Nations guiding principles, and also the country's general law and the country's special law. So their basic social criteria for the GOTS certification is: employment is freely chosen, freedom of association and the right to collective bargaining are respected, no discrimination are practiced, occupational health and safety, child labor shall not be used, no harassment and violence, remuneration and assessment of living wage gap working time, no precarious employment is provided, migrant workers, social compliance management. So under environmental criteria, there should not be used any chemical, any agent that is hampering our environment. So to meet the environmental criteria, every processor should follow national law regarding the environment, wastewater discharge, as well as disposal of waste and sludge. So depending on the processing manufacturing stage, the available data and procedure need to include personnel responsible. There should be one person responsible to meet the whole environmental criteria, data on energy, water resources and their consumption per kg of textile output, target goal and procedures to reduce energy and water consumption per kg of textile output, monitoring of waste and discharge, procedure to minimize the waste and discharges, procedures to follow in case of waste and pollution incidents, documentation of staff training in the conservation of water and energy, proper handling and minimal use of chemicals in their correct disposal. To meet the environment criteria, the factory or the processor needs to maintain all the data, and there should have a training program, and there should have a development to reduce the waste, and there should have the development in all environment criteria. So technical quality and human toxicity criteria are the technical quality parameter like the rubbing, perspiration, light fastness of the product, GOTS product should be tested and it ensured as ISO method, and also the RSS, restricted substance, should be meet the limit value that should not exceed as per the GOTS standard. All stages to the processing organic fiber produced must be separated from the conventional cotton. Whole the process should be separated from the conventional process. So during the supply chain, every processing under organic cotton should be separated from the conventional cotton, and there should not be any pollutant that should not contaminate the organic cotton process. All chemical inputs like dyes, auxiliaries and process chemical must be evaluated and meeting basic requirements on toxicity and biodegradability. Prohibition of critical inputs such as toxic heavy metals, formaldehyde, aromatic solvents, functional nanoplastics, GMO and their enzymes. The use of synthetic sizing agent is restricted. Knitting and weaving oil must not contain heavy metals. Bleaches must be based on oxygen. No chlorine bleaching. Azodyes that releases carcinogenic amines compound are prohibited. Discharge printing method using aromatic solvent and plasticol printing method using phthalates and PVC are prohibited. Restriction for accessories like no PVC, nickel and chrome permitted must be followed. Packaging material must not contain PVC, paper or cardboard used in packaging material. Hang tag, swing tag, etc. must be recycled or certified according to the FSC or PAFC. FSC means Forest Stewardship Council, that is the Sustainable Forestry Management System. So why we should use organic cotton? So what is the difference between the organic cotton and the conventional cotton? We need to consider this. So we can see the variation regarding the organic cotton production and the conventional cotton production. So let's discuss regarding one by one. Seed preparation is for the organic cotton, it is natural, untreated and GMO free seed is used. For the conventional cotton, there is treated with the fungicides or insecticides. The possible GMOs is there. For the soil preparation, for the organic cotton, healthy soil through crop rotation, retain moisture in soil from increased organic matter. For the conventional cotton, synthetic fertilizer, loss of soil due to monocrop culture, intensive irrigation, weed control. Healthy soil creates natural balance, beneficial insects and trap crops used for the organic cotton. And for the conventional cotton, aerial spraying of insecticides and pesticides. 9 of the most commonly used pesticides are known as cancer causing agents, like that are carcinogenic. So during the harvesting for the organic cotton, it is used natural defoliation from freezing temperatures or through the use of water management, and for the conventional cotton, defoliation induced the toxic chemicals. For the production, warp fibers stabilized using double plying or non-toxic corn starch. For the conventional cotton production, used toxic waxes. Peroxide bleaching is used for the organic cotton. For the conventional cotton, it is chlorine bleaching that is very harmful to the environment. The gods advised to use soft scouring like soda ash to achieve the pH during the dyeing. And for the conventional cotton, hot water, synthetic surfactants, additional chemicals are used during the conventional cotton processing. For the dyeing, low impact fiber, reactive or natural dyes with the low metal or sulfur content is used. For the conventional cotton, high temperature containing heavy metals and sulfur dyes is used. For the printing, low impact water based inks and pigments with no heavy metals is used for the organic cotton, and pigments may be petroleum based or contain heavy metals, runoff spills in waterways, polluting streams. For the fair trade policy, social criteria has to ensure and also non-discriminatory environment with living wages are maintained during the organic cotton production, no social screening during the conventional cotton production. During the marketing of the organic cotton, there is a positive story and it differentiates from your competitors. And for the conventional cotton, there is no marketing policy. For the organic cotton, initial cost is a little higher, but there is a long-term advantage that is priceless. And for the conventional cotton, initial it is cheaper, but there is very bad impact to the environment that is devastating. So that's all for today. So if you have any question, just give a comment. I will try to describe more. So if you like my video, please keep in touch, share my video. Thank you everyone.